Yarek, and we had a little side discussion. This sort of is a quick coming to a point of violent action, and that supports what Rashi, who brings a variety of words that have a similar root, sort of says about this verb. Et chanichav, with his trained ones, with the azla, the closing part of Vayarek. This is going to look backwards and close the phrase. Number 7. He had a discussion with his trained ones, and he suggested to them how to act or operate with a suitable kind of weaponry, which did not require any assistance from his associates, as specified by the closing shape of the directional reading mark. So here we see that Avram is in complete charge of the tactics and of charging the army. Note, chanichav. Rashi's remarks about the quasi-singular expression chanicho does not correspond with reality. I do not see any support for his claim after having checked many texts. Besides, the following words, which elaborate on it, Shmona Asar Yelidei Beito, Ushlosh Meot, do exclude a singular form. Even unclose translate in the plural, olamohi or olameha instead of olameha or olama. So Rashi says when you look at the word chanichav, the question is this a singular chanicho, even with the yud there, and the translation here agrees with many of the other translations that this is not a singular, that this is a plural. Yilidei, produce of, with a munach, so this is separated from what's come from before and moving us forward. Number 8, Avram's fighting men were not only trained in warfare techniques, but they were also a produce of his instructions to observe morals and avoid killing for pleasure, Mohammed Retzach, as illustrated by the shape of the relating reading mark. So he's going to give them battle tactics that were not like what battle tactics were before. You don't just go there and kill them indiscriminately. You do it with morality behind you as well. So his tactics are different, and hence they get separated out by the Menach. Beito, with the Rivi'i, so broadness and focus onto this word. Number 9, his ideas of kindness and mercy were not only observed in his house, but were also carried to the outside in the same fashion, as pointed out by the broad meaning of the reading mark. So the way that it was in his house that you had kindness and compassion is also what he's teaching as part of his battle technique. Shmona, 8. I'm not quite sure what the word above there means. With a mapach, this is going to take a broader concept and narrow it down. 8 of the units were instructed in applying a variety of military attacking techniques from different directions, as conveyed by the shape of the reading mark. So they're literally going to narrow in and attack one way. Asar, with a pashta, an upward-looking note. 10, number 11. Another attacking squad consisting of 10 men, supported by their colleagues, boosting their courage and heavily inspiration, as demonstrated by the directional shape of the reading mark. So you've got this group of 10 who literally are looking upwards, just like the pashta. Ushlosh, and 3, with a munach. Thus, there were 2 cracking units and 3 supportive military contingents to surround the target closely, communicating with one another for efficient cooperation and easy maneuverability of all groups. They were in the form of a triangle, segol, as a minimal configuration to circumscribe an area, as depicted by the shape of the reading mark. So the word shalosh, 3 implies triangle. Triangle is a 3-sided figure. So this is the mathematically best way to make sure that you've sort of surrounded an area, that you've got people from all sides of it.
Is that what the word above is referring to? These 8 units, like positional, we're looking.
Yeah.
As opposed to then the next 10, we're supporting them from under. So that's maybe what the word above over there is referring to, is the positional of the armies, or the units.
I think again what we're doing here is we're drawing shapes with the notes. Me'ot, of hundreds, number 13, with the 2-part katon. Those groups consisted proportionally of hundreds of men who were active in the surroundings, as signified by the bipartite shape of the reading mark.
What does cracking units mean? Does that mean that they're first units and
Yes.
they
Just break the lines.
in the shape of 3, and then 8 units behind them, and then another attacking squad of 10 men? Like, I'm not sure I picture it.
I mean, I hear what he's saying. I'm not sure if I.
So you've got groups coming from different sides. You've got
Right.
like the Menach that are
Right.
coming like this to form a focus.
Right.
But you've also got other people who are surveying the battle, looking from above
Okay.
and directing the others what to do in communication. And then you've got, once you've picked out a target, you focus yourself around the target, you isolate the target and deal with that target, and then move on to the next one. So you're going to chase the target until you've isolated it.
Is that
You're
the
going to have
3?
that's
Is
the
3
that's
is
the,
directional?
so
or
the shmona, the 8.
Okay.
So you can have all sorts of people who are going to drive the enemy to where you want them.
Okay.
You've got a second group who are sort of observers who are spotting
That's the
and
10.
saying, you know, you do this, you do that,
Right.
so that you can shalosh, you can surround them from the side, you know, from all sides where they can't, where you can defeat and deal with that small group that you've isolated. So you're gonna take a large group and you're gonna divide it into pieces and you're gonna conquer each piece.
So one side of the triangle is actually the commanding group that's
So
above.
that's the asar, right? That's the 10 with the pashta, who's looking up.
Okay.
Me'ot is saying that, well, these aren't just 8 men or 10 men or whatever. This is hundreds of men, each doing the same pattern, the same group of tactics. Vayirdo, and he pursued, number 14, with a tipcha, looking backwards and closing the phrase, pause afterwards. Avram elaborated this plan, and he pursued the returning armies of Kedar Omer, chasing them back to the north, as emphasized by the reverse inclination of the directional reading mark. So literally, he's sending them back to where they came from. Ad done, till done, with the stabilizing sof pasuk. Without stopping the achievements, Avram kept pushing the enemy to the north till done, where a decisive battle was to take place. So he chased them to the place where they regrouped, and next week we're going to learn what happens at the battle at that place. So very quickly we're going to see through this sentence that Avram is going to inculcate the knowledge of what has happened. He's going to take it to the point of action. He's going to see that both this is he's going to forgive Lot all of his past sins in the first half of the sentence. He's going to formulate a plan. He's going to train the army. He's going to give them the tactic, and then he's going to continue to pursue until the place where he's chosen for the final battle. And we're going to see all the pauses that emphasize sort of that narrative. Vayishma Avram ki nishba achiv vayarek et chanichav yilidei veito shmona asar ushlosh meot vayirdof Adan. think we'll leave it there until next week.
Cool.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
You know,